So we talk about a situation that non-religious and religious couple, they want, non-religious person and religious person, they want be couple, like a spouse. They want married. Is it good or not? I think I'll, I'll start from the end. The bottom line. It's not good. It's not good to marry not the same. Like, why it's not good? Because it's very difficult to build good family. It's a mission. It's very important and very difficult mission. And everything that can disturb you to fulfill your mission should be taken out. Of course, we talk about a situation then men and women, they don't know each other yet. It means it's not situation that they are boyfriend, girlfriend, they live together or something like that, and she is religious or no, not religious, and so what? How they will react in this situation? No, I'm talking about shidduch. As we told once, we had a lesson about shidduchim. That it's better to build your family with shidduch, not with. תודה רבה, יישר כוח. So we talk of the situation that someone suggests you to meet a girl and she's not so religious, or she's traditional. She's not datiya really, but a good girl, Jewish good girl. Is it good? I think it's not. Why? Because there are a lot of chances that this couple won't be succeed. And sometimes it happened. There is in psychology this kind of expression called effect of Pygmalion. Pygmalion effect. You've heard about that, no? Pygmalion effect. It means that there is some. It's in Greek mythology. They told about some artist sculpture, that he make a sculpture of some girl, Galatea, and she was so beautiful and he was so perfect sculpture that he fell in love with her. And from her love, she became real. And his name was Pygmalion. And that it happened sometimes in connection between men and women, especially when if he's like some spiritual leader or in some community, and he's work with people with problem, and he help them, and he fell in love with his creature that he create here. She wasn't religious, and now she became more and more religious. Because he talked to her, he convinced her, he make her to make tshuva, and she became better and better. So he fell in love, not with her, but with her, with his production, what he did, what he created. In regular situation, in normal life, he will never will think about marry her. Sometimes the difference between them, there are a huge difference. he come from Jewish family, from religious family, and she's simple girl with everything what it means that she's simple girl in simple situation, simple all what it means, and he lift her up. Yet he make her better. So in his eyes, she's very special. But if he'll met her in normal his life, he'll never think even marry her. And it happened a lot between religious and non-religious people. They start to talk. She didn't believe in God, and he start to prove her, and they convince her how it's right, how it's true. And now he won't marry her. So I think this is a mistake. Now, when there is possibility that family will be good, it's when they already couple, they already family, and one of them became be religious or non-religious. They were both of them were religious, and suddenly he started to be non-religious or opposite. In this situation, I wouldn't say no. They have to get to divorce. No. In this situation, we have to look for some formula, some ability that will enable that they'll continue to be family. So there is three conditions, in my opinion, that can make this family successful. Though that one of them non-religious, those three conditions is that they have to respect each other. Second, they have to keep Taharat HaMishpacha. It means, I don't know how is it, Taharat HaMishpacha? Family's purity. Purity laws, yes. And third, how to grow up children, how to raise children in a religious way. If those three conditions work, it can be successful. Now, what does mean respect each other? It doesn't mean that the connection is symmetric. You say in English symmetric? Yes. Symmetric. It means that they are equal. That they half of day they eat shrimps and half of day they eat kosher. Yeah. Or once a week he put tefillin and once a week she's do something. Like she go to movie. No. Movie like in a cinema. A lot of religious people they don't want to go to movie or to beach. That it's you didn't know that that you know that religious people they don't go to the to be by the sea and beach when people is pardon. Have some beaches that are like men days. Yes, yes, yes. How say beach? Mixed beach. Yeah, regular beach. Mixed beach. Why? Why they don't go? Because people are naked there almost, and it's not modest to see naked people. In the movies, worse. Sometimes. In the movies, worse. Yes, sometimes. Yes. So, so that I mean, their connection is not symmetric. It should be that both of them try to live this kind of life that it's religious type of life, but let's say that she is a religious girl and he is not. She not interrupting his personal life. For example, if they live in some in Shabbat in some building in fifth floor, he goes to his room by elevator. He use Shabbat in elevator, and she go by foot. It's okay. She doesn't tell him what to do. She respects his privacy. His but uh, but still, this is only what is connected to their personal life. But if it's something that they are like they are not community. How to say? They're like a mixed um, place. Like for example, kitchen, kashrut. In kashrut, he cannot say, "Okay, I don't keep kosher," and she say, "Yes, yes, it's okay for me." No, it should be that he respect kashrut. He can eat in a restaurant or other places what he want, his personal life. But in family, they eat only kosher. And if he, for example, did mistake and he took some spoon, milk spoon, and he put in fleshig yeah, food, hot food. He should tell her about that, though that he doesn't believe in that. For him, it's nothing. But if he respect her, he have to say her, I did it mistakenly. Now we can make some kosher again, or this, but he should tell her. That means respect. Respect. It's not say, oh, with respect, or I respect you very much. No, respect it really in inner your inner relation, like how you relate to this. And if they have this kind of connection, it's first condition. Second condition, it's family purity. What does this mean? It means that that 2 weeks from 1 month, men and women, they not sleep together. They don't touch each other according to those laws. Not to touch, hand by hand. And it's very difficult, very, very difficult. But the problem, you told him already, and he didn't help.
Probably not. Maybe he doesn't speak English. I told you there's a shoe. You understand shoe?
Yeah, maybe he didn't understand what.
Does that have want me to close the tail?
It will be hot.
We can open
Maybe open air conditioner.
Yeah, sure. Where's the first one?
Thank you very much. Think about this. this situation, that he is not religious, and 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 he doesn't believe in this thing, but because that he respect her, he don't touch his wife 2 months, 2 weeks and months. It's very difficult, but in my opinion, that is expression of love. Love, it's not only when you say, "Oh, my darling, I love you," or I feel love. Love, it's when you appreciate her, when you respect her, and for her, it's very important. And if they don't keep family purity, I would suggest that this family they will divorce. It's very important to keep. Sometimes people think it's such a miracle Jewish nation. You've heard probably a lot of time that we talk about chosen people. Chosen people. It's not that you call yourself. You are chosen. Like Nazis, they also thought that they are chosen race, right? So what's the difference between chosen people and chosen race? The same. But when they say we are chosen race, what they mean? It doesn't make. We talk about like the name of the thing. What's the essence? What stand behind this expression? When they say we are chosen race, they meant that we, because we are Germans, we allowed to do something to you that you are Polish or you are Russian, you are Ukrainian. Something bad. You have to be our slave. Why? Because we are Germans. We are Ari. That means that chosen. Or because I am chosen, I can kill you because you are Jewish. It is my that is what means that I am chosen. When we talk about chosen nation, we say exactly opposite. We say because we are chosen, it's something forbidden to us. And you, not chosen, you are allowed to do that. They say because I am chosen, it's forbidden to you. I am allowed. And we say opposite because we are chosen. For us, it's we forbidden to us to drive on Shabbat. And you are not chosen. You are able to drive. It's okay. It's not something sin that you do. It's not something best like a less good or low quality. No, it's okay. It's good that you go in Shabbat by car. Instead, it's opposite. Because I'm chosen, it's forbidden to me eat pork. And for you, you are allowed. It's only look like the same term, the same word, chosen, chosen. But this is something else. Because we are chosen, we try to give light and goodness to all the world, to help to other people, to bring them all kind of great thing in the world by Jews. That is the fact that we are chosen, and how we deserve this kind of ability. How we get that? It's very difficult to know, but one of the components that characterized our nation, that for us it was something much more important in family or in life. uh, Not much. It says something very important. It's ideals, spiritual ideals. It was more important than pleasure. That is the meaning of family purity. not pleasure. That's the most important thing. That's what my nature want to be with my wife. But my soul said no. Now it's forbidden. And I suit my soul, myself to my soul, not to my desire, not to my passion. Understand? It's this kind of like a small detail. It's change absolutely your behavior, your way of looking in the world. You're not activized by your instinct, not your instinct conduct you in your life, but your ideals, something that you believe. And you know, Jews, all history, they did very difficult thing in order to keep this family purity. You probably have heard that the Jews lived those Jews that live in countries. I mean, how woman became pure after her that she was nida. Nida, you say, how is in English? Menstruum. After that, how she became pure? She have to go to special pool and make a mikveh. But in a lot of places in the world, there were no mikvahs, and Jews live in those kind of places. So where they can do that, in lake or in a river and sea, they can do. Sometimes, in order to go to this, to make mikveh, to make to this, to go there, she has to travel. And I know in Russia, they have to go by train sometimes 24 hours.
Wow.
Yes, from the distance from Moscow to place like when I live like in south of Russia, it was about 24 hours by train.
But there should be a lot of
But
rivers.
it's but no, they have rivers, but it's cold,
Yeah.
and in winter all rivers are full of ice.
Yeah.
So you have to all go to place where there is a river, or to break ice, or they not have sexual connection a lot of months. And our grandmothers, they did that.
Not even as public. I know some people who are not that old now that did it 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Who they went to meet in like frozen lakes in Russia.
Yes, yes,
Like
yes.
a Balshinto.
Yes, yes. But you understand that there is difference by Baal Shem Tov than just regular woman. And all our grandmothers, they did that. Think about what kind of nation that is, that in their head they decided to live by those spiritual rules and not by their instinct. Of course, it's influencing their children, everything. I know some Rabbitzin, that she passed away already. She was very famous, Rabbanit Hana Tau. She was very famous Rabbitzin here. And she told to my wife that her parents, she was born in Czechia, and her parents in Czechia, in a time of Holocaust, they knew that they will be taken in Auschwitz, and they know that they will never see each other anymore, never. And her parents, before before they leave each other, they say, her father said to her mother, he says, you know, the now we are we will apart, we'll be apart, we're going to die, and we have to say like farewell to each other. And the best thing, best my will is to hang you before we go. But think about 330, 3,300 years. Our nation keep those laws that we don't touch each other in time of means Main Street. And we, both of us, we kept that all our life. And now, in this special moment that we will, it is the last thing that we will do to each other. We will break this rule. No, we won't touch each other. And they apart. They left each other without touching. And she told the story to us because her mother, she didn't die. She stayed away, and she told this how she left her husband. So you understand, there is family. If a husband or someone that, if she's religious or he's religious, doesn't make a difference. If they respect this kind of um, uh, connection, they can live together. And if not, it's better to divorce. Though the divorce is one of the terrible things that can happen in a Jewish family. Maybe this is the most the most terrible thing that can happen in personal in people's life, except of die, not if death and difficult illness. Except of illness and death is the worst thing that can happen to you. That's why in Judaism we against of divorce. It's a terrible thing. You shouldn't divorce. But in this situation, you should divorce. If there is no ability to live this kind of spiritual and life, no, it's better nothing. It's second, yeah, second condition. First, it was respect. Second, that, and third is it's education of children. Education of children is also one of the secret of Jewish life. Though the three of them, they are secret of Jewish life: respect, the family, and the purity, and the children. What is secret of how to raise children? The secret is that we try to relate to our children that we know that their education is the most important thing that can be in your life. One of the most important things. What does it mean? It means that when you choose your place where you live, your apartment will be your apartment. You can choose by that you find it's close to your work, or it's a good neighborhood, or it can be cheap there, or it's close to your parents. There are a lot of consideration that you have to, or criterion that you choose your place. But for Jewish family, one of the main criterion it's where your children live, learn. You should live close to place where they learn. But for them, it'll be you have to find good place where they learn. It's not by the way. It's not one of criterions. It's the main criterion. And then if there are two people that they are both of them not so religious, they're religious but not so strict, no so much. It's okay. Their children, most of the chances that their children also will be they'll be religious also. Light. But if one of them non-religious, he respect, but he is non-religious or she's not religious, most of the chances the children also they won't be religious because it's difficult. So in this situation, you have to give their education is the deepest and bigger and the best that you can do. Don't let them have smartphone because when they have smartphone, it's somebody else. He he educate. He rising. He will grow up your children, not you. Because what he will suggest to your children, it's much easier and more fun and more better than what you can suggest. Yes, please.
What do you tell your kids when they say, "But my friend has a smartphone. All my friends have a smartphone."
Yes, that's what I told before. If you are a religious family, so you can have a smartphone and they'll be like everybody more or less like you. But if one of them non-religious, don't put him in situation when his friend have smartphone. You have to be in community, in place when there is no such a thing. No smartphone, no nothing. Everything is absolutely religious. Um, yes, that is the situation. Then you can family can be successful. And I will I will end this story with something that happened in that I personally know some family. It was um, it was some guy that his wife became religious and he is not, and they decided that he'll make kiddush b'Shabbat and he eat food all together. And after a meal, he go to his room and he smoke on Shabbat and he see the football game and he drive by car, everything. But and children knows it's not secret. They know father there. He's not religious. And ask him, no, it's difficult to you? He says, opposite. It's much better than it was before. Why? He says, before we had two children and 9 and 11 years old. And those children, they were very, I don't know how to say it in English. But it's a Hebrew word in English already. Chutzpah. Chutzpah, yeah. They were very chutzpanim, very. They used to everything what he said to him. They said, "Who are you? Who are you?" That is one of the main expression in Hebrew in Israel. They say people say, Miata, lama miata, lama miata. It's like, who are you? Who are you? And there is another expression, they say, with honor, bechavod, and with honor, with honor. And he says, after that they became religious, they start to say to me all the time, be honor, and honor, Father, my honor. They put me in the head of a table. Before I sat I sat all together like one of them. Now they say, "Oh, you have to be head of a family." I'm head, okay? Why no? Very good, very good. And they have another 10 children, all of them Haredim. And I asked his wife, "How you did that?" She said, "Wow, I love him very much. That's why we succeeded." I said here, "But tell me the truth. It's not because only love. It's much difficult, right? It's much something else." She says, "Yes, you're right. It's work. It's a work. But only in this situation, in this family, they can have Shekhinah among them." And for the end, I'll tell you another short story. Once I gave a lecture about Jewish family in Tel Aviv, and all majority of audience, they were non-religious. And I told them how to build good family. No, they didn't talk about that topic. They talked about other things. How to make good relationship between spouses. And suddenly once one young woman she asks, "I have a question." "Yes, please." She says, "Everything that you say to us, and all your suggestions, they can be between two people that they are not married. They live together and they respect each other. They have honor. They love each other. Everything what you suggest, everything can be between us. So why we should get married if it's so good? We are managed together. Wonderful. Why we should get married?" I mean, she said she didn't say get married. She said why we should put chuppah. Chuppah, it's a Jewish marriage, and make chuppah. Why we should have chuppah? So I told you, you're right. You can have wonderful relationship, good friendship, good love. Everything it will be wonderful. One thing you wouldn't have without chuppah. She said, "What? You, you won't have kedusha, sanctity. Kedusha you wouldn't have never." And she says, "Yes, you're right." And then everything what we talk today, it's about kedusha. That you know that in your family, in your life, in your you live a divine revelation. That is your family, and it cannot be natural way, by instinctively or by itself. It's always sacrifice. It's always work. It's always effort, and only then you can have special family. Okay.
Well,